Well, hey everybody, John Rethlin here, and this is my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's Best of Super Juniors 26 Night 13 event. A-Block action is done. The A-Block is all set, and I do want to apologize for the lateness of this review. I reviewed two movies, Godzilla King of the Monsters and Ma, and you can check out both of those on the channel, so that's why I had to get to this late, because I decided, hell, I haven't been to a movie or two in about a week, and I wanted to get out and have some fun. So I did end up enjoying this. I did have to watch it on delay, and I'm going to have to do the same with the June 3rd edition. Since that's on a Monday, I'm probably going to watch most of it and then watch the rest once I get home. So that review will be up Monday afternoon, evening. But then I will be reviewing the finals live. I will be reviewing Dominion live. That takes place on the 9th. And then after that, as I said in the previous review, I may not watch the Kazuna Road cards. We'll see. But I may just take a month off from New Japan reviewing. Thank you guys so much for the great feedback on these videos. I really do appreciate it. But Kevin Kelly, Gino Gambino on commentary, and I will say this, the first four matches, they were the tag matches with, B-Block participants and just, general hype for those matches on the 3rd. They were decent. A couple of them were, You did have Tomohiro Ishii, Yuya Uemura, Rocky Romero, and Will Ospreay versus Taguchi, Yota Tsuji Bandito, and Shota Umino. And it was mainly hype for Romero, Bandito, and Ospreay and Taguchi. They're going to be facing off in the finals to determine who wins the B block, which is going to be really interesting because that's a rematch of what happened, or the rematch of the finals from the 2016 edition. And Ishii and Yota having a little more of a scrap. That was pretty nice. Two hard-hitting guys, just beating each other up. Yota did get beat up for a while. Back into transitioning to Taguchi and Ospreay. And that there was actually some ankle focus where you're kind of wondering if Ospreay was just selling or it's just a way to, say, oh God, could Ospreay's ankle be a target for Taguchi? Could it actually be hurt already before their match? Shota and Yuya did have, nice little battle, and a fisherman suplex from Shota Umino pins Yuya for the 1-2-3. So that was fine. It was a fine match. It was decent. And then a brawl afterwards, actually. So it was kind of nice. There was a bit of a brawl between all these guys, and that was pretty damn cool. And then Romero and Taguchi, the co-coaches, and did like this, stop and like, hey, let's stop, let's do this. We're trying to form a bond here, trying to form an alliance. Let's just not beat each other up. And then we get Robbie Eagles and Jado versus Juice Robinson and Yo, and this is mainly for Eagles and Yo and Juice. It's just a way to bring him along until, just give him some matches until he faces Jon Moxley for the U.S. title on the 5th, which I am really excited for. I think it's going to be a very interesting match. It's either going to be really good or it's going to be really messy. The Resident Attack Before the Bell is mostly the hype for Yo and Eagles, and they had some good exchanges. Juice ended up getting the cane used on him, Jado's cane, and then eventually Left-Handed God, Pulp Friction 1-2-3. Match was okay. Wasn't anything great. Then Doki and Taichi versus ELP and Gedo. Doki and ELP hype. ELP will not be in the finals, which surprised me a little bit. But still, I'm not going to complain because it was what it was. It was a fine match. It was a fine set of matches for ELP, even though he lost a couple more times than I expected. It was what it was. Doki's okay. I like his brawling style, but I just think mainly he was brought in there to fill out the field. But he did fine as a last-minute replacement. They go outside, of course, there were quite a few antics, who could out-heal the other. There was a point where Taichi had his mic stand and Gedo had his brass knucks, and Gedo tried to, pretend to throw away the brass knucks, but he didn't. And then tried to hit, Taichi hits a super kick, and then, gets a stretch on him, taps him out, so there we go. Ren Narita and Toa Henare versus Naito and Bushi. Well, it was mainly hype for Narita and Bushi. I'd be very interested to see if Narita will beat Bushi tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but on the 3rd. He won't, but I would be very interested to see that. Henare did get beat up. He did actually get in some nice shots later once he got tagged back in. And, him and Naito having a nice little scrap, but ended up with Destino for the 1-2-3. So those four matches are out of the way pretty damn quickly. And then we get to a match that was decent, but not great. This is probably one of the weaker tournament matches. It was Teton versus Tiger Mask. And mainly because of the finish. The finish was just kind of weird. There's been a few fluky finishes here where maybe people forgot to kick out or the ref counted too fast or something. It's good mat wrestling. Nice groundwork by Tiger Mask. Teton does come back. It's a nice impressive dive. Tiger Driver for 2. Some other good exchanges. And then Tiger Mask is down. Teton ends up getting a quick pin. Kind of out of like a weird submission. 1, 2, and 3. Even though it looks like Tiger Mask got his shoulder up. So either the ref wasn't looking or something, but Teton ends up with 6 points. Tiger Mask ends up with 4. It is what it is. I mean, I'm not complaining, but it was a bit of an odd finish. It wasn't really all that great. And then we get Jonathan Gresham versus Show. Good stuff. Great wrestling to start off. It only went just over 10 minutes, I think about 11. But at least it was nice that they actually gave Gresham some more time to tell some good stories here. And even though it was a bit shorter, it was still what it was. Kanemaru, by the way, got awarded 2 points because Taka Michinoku is out for the rest of the tournament, and any tournament participant that cannot be in a match forfeits their points. So Kanemaru ends up with more points than he should have gotten, let's be perfectly honest. I know he didn't end up with much, but more points than he should have. But it was what it was. Great momentum switches. I really did like the transition of wrestling maneuvers. The great arm focus by Show and the leg focus by Gresham. I thought it was a nice way to set up their respective finishers and set up some good targeting. I like the submission work, some close near falls, and the shock arrow. I ended up painting Gresham for the 1, 2, 3. So Show, I believe, ends up at 10 points. Good good showing by him. No, not a wordplay, but I'm going to roll with it. And I enjoyed that. And then we get to the final 2 matches. The semi-main is Marty Scurll with Brody King at ringside. So I wonder who's going to interfere and make their presence known. Brody King did that a bit much here, but whatever. Scurll face off against Dragon Lee, the current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. The guy that everybody is vying to face at Dominion. I mean, Dragon Lee's still going to be, in a tag match on the 3rd, and obviously on the card for the 5th, probably in a tag match. But then we get to find out who he's going to face. Hopefully we don't get, well, you can't get a draw in the finals, actually, because there's no time limit. So it's going to be very interesting to see who he faces. I think it's going to be Shingo. But we get some good wrestling. Brody does interfere. Again, a little too much. I get it. Villain Enterprises are being heels, all that, but oh well. Arm focused by Marty. Marty tended to dominate quite a bit of this match. Dragon Lee does have some nice dives in. Desnucadora, 1, 2. Desnuka or Desnucadora? I think it's Desnucadora. Sometimes I can't quite hear with the commentary, but 1, 2. Ref gets pulled up by Brody King. Dragon Lee dives on him, and then soon after, even though Marty tries for the chicken wing, Dragon Lee tries for a pin, doesn't get the pin, ends up hitting Desnucadora 1, 2, 3 soon after. I mean, there were a couple other moves before that. And that was pretty cool. And then Dragon Lee celebrates with a kid in the crowd that's wearing his mask. That was really nice. That was a nice touching moment. Dragon Lee clearly is beloved by a lot of people. The guy's great in the ring and speaks volumes towards kids. So, I mean, if kids can find a positive influence in him, that is absolutely great. So, was what it was. Dragon Lee ends up, I believe, with... I don't want to say it was 14 points. I think he ended up with 14 points, but since Ishimori beat him, he wasn't going to be in the B block finals. If he had beaten Ishimori, then we would have gotten Shingo versus Dragon Lee, which would have been interesting. But maybe they want to save that because we're going to get that at Dominion. Because we get Shingo versus Ishimori, A block finals, and oh boy, this match is going on my favorite matches of the tournament. This was fucking terrific. I encourage you guys to go check this one out. I can't really summarize just how great this was. Like, it just really was terrific. I'll go with a few things. There was some nice power from Shingo, neck focus by Ishimori's. Even though Ishimori had been the one dealing with the neck, he kept focusing on Shingo's neck. Death Valley Driver by Shingo on the apron, as we know, the hardest part of the ring. Some pump and bomber clotheslines. No Shigami, but just 1, 2. And then we get more pump and bombers, some near falls, a label lock, like a couple label lock attempts. Ishimori kept coming back, even though Shingo had a tremendous amount of power. There was some more great strikes, near falls. But Last of the Dragons, 1, 2, 3, and Shingo wins the A block undefeated. That's pretty goddamn impressive. So it's going to be interesting to see if they go all the way with him winning the finals. And I think he will, because it's either going to be Taguchi or Will Ospreay. And I wouldn't be opposed to either of those guys getting to face Dragon Lee, but I think the money's going to be with Shingo. Still be a great match. And then that really is about it. I mean, I know it's a bit of a short review, but really outside of like 3 matches, this kind of was a meh card. I'm going to say B- because really if you take like, the 6th, 7th, and 8th matches off, if you made those matches just average, this would have been like a C- show. But because of the match quality, especially of the last 2, but even Show and Gresham, which was pretty good, I'm going to say B-, pull up there somewhere. Or otherwise, leave your grade in the comment and let me know what you think about Shingo being in the finals of the Best Super Juniors. Agree, disagree with what I said? Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I am John Ritlin. I will see you the 3rd.